Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering He Got What He Deserved. Before I get right into this, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. When you're looking at Brian Kelly and how he was ousted from LSU, he got exactly what he signed up for. When you're thinking about him coming over and taking the position and in the manner in which he did it, he signed a mega contract to play at LSU and play a role of a head coach and really bring back LSU to prominence. When you think about some of the positive things he did, yes, he's got quarterback Jaden Daniels, and he got him in the transfer portal. You think of him winning a Heisman and the success he had. But having Garrett Nussmeier, and you're seeing just the disappointment that they've had the last couple of years, and just this season, how it's unfolded, this isn't what LSU wanted. When you think of just overall his offensive coordinator, Joe Sloan, and how he essentially didn't do anything. He was fired as well. So there was a lot of things that happened at LSU as far as the offense not taking off, defensively, them having issues, them having big game problems, them not really coordinating properly and losing multiple opening starts. It was a number of things that Brian Kelly did. When you think about the disingenuous accent that he had when he came to the school, it was all doomed from the start. And when you think about just overall, just him as a head coach, and you think about just him and what he was able to do with a lack of thereof with the transfer portal and how they didn't use a lot of those resources that they had to get the best recruits possible, they wasted a big opportunity. After being beat by Texas A&M, it was very clear that this is not the guy for the job. And you just think about this. Replacement of a coach, where you could literally have any player in the country. LSU's resources are some of the best when you think about facilities, when you think about home field advantage as far as stadiums, when you think of college atmosphere, when you think of cornerback U, when you think about just overall the platform LSU has, they're one of the top 10 schools as far as recruiting, as far as just where you would want to go. It's tough, and I think that from a standpoint, there's going to be a lot of different coaches that are on the radar to replace Brian Kelly here. Some of the coaches that I think that possibly could do it, Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. When you think about Lane Kiffin and how he's able to dial up offensively, I know Ole Miss wants to keep him. I know Ole Miss is probably paid to keep him in Ole Miss, but I think Lane Kiffin would be a great replacement. What does Lane Kiffin do? He's a guru of offenses. He's a guru of quarterbacks, and he'll help this team offensively take that next step. Defensively, you can keep your defensive staff because the defense is intact. The defense gets great players every year, but offensively, you can't put it together offensively on paper. You can't have that running back by committee thing. You need to have stars. So Lane Kiffin to be somebody that you could bring in to help do that. We look at Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, following in Brian Kelly's footsteps, going from Notre Dame, coming to LSU. When you think of Marcus Freeman, he's a great coach. He just doesn't have the best resources at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a strict kind of recruit that they're going for, and they don't really recruit outside of that. So, yes, they have the money, but from the standpoint, the grade point average is limited to what they can do. He took a college football team to the college football playoff that shouldn't have been there last year. And you just look at it overall, the way that he's been able to build, coming from Ohio State, seeing what he was able to do there as an assistant coach, and then bringing it to Notre Dame, having the success he has. I think right now you got to look at Marcus Freeman. And my third guy that I think they should look at, the head coach for Georgia Tech, Brent Keyes. Turning around a program like Georgia Tech that has strict grade point average, that has strict recruiting guidelines. These are things that you see and you're like, wait, he's doing this at Georgia Tech. He's helping turn around programs. These are the kind of guys you want in your program that not only can take the reins, but control what happens, and they can be great leaders for you. They can be great guys that recruit guys into your program that's going to help you rebuild very fast and very quickly. Think about where Georgia Tech was last year. Think about where Tech was 2 years ago and where they are undefeated right now in the top 10, in the ACC, and they're going to be a college football playoff team probably. So these are some of the things, but Brian Kelly got what he deserved. The cockiness, the arrogance, the pouting at reporters, the slamming on desks, the slamming on tables, the going back and forth for people. That's what they didn't need at LSU. And I think that LSU missed the opportunity to get some great players, and that's because Brian Kelly was a coach. Simple and fast. People saw through the disingenuous nature of who he was. And I think that, yeah, he's going to get most of his money from being bought out as far as coaching. But this is what you want. You want a better coach at LSU. So, LSU did a good thing. They got rid of their offensive coordinator, and they also got rid of their head coach. Now they can rebuild properly. So all you LSU fans, get in the comment section below. Who would you like to see as the next coach at LSU? Make sure you tap into the comment section. We'll see you in the very next episode.